After renting camper vans in Europe 5 different times,
we're going to share some tips and tricks
to get you on the road.
We're Rich and Robin,
and these are our midlife adventures,
living in and out of our midlife van.
You know, we like to camp in our camper van, but taking our camper van everywhere is not reasonable. So we make the most of it by renting campers when we get to different locations. So we've rented campers from Indie Camper, and we've also rented a camper van from Road Surfer. Both companies, I wouldn't say are the best, or one is much better than the other. They have their own little quirks and stuff like that. Customer service is always, questionable because there's so many different locations and there's so many different touch points. Based off of bang for your buck and what we like, seems like Indie Camper works pretty well for us.
Yeah, if you're renting, you should look at it before you make a decision based off what you think the price is. Go deep into what's included, what you need, and then come up with everything.
So we're as budget travelers, we like to check out the best deals. So when we're going to go rent from somebody, we check out the prices before we decide. Of course, the first time we rented with Indie and the first time we rented with Road Surfer, we didn't have experience with them and we saw some bad reviews, but we have had nothing but good luck with both of them. And so mostly we've had better deals with Indie Camper, but our Road Surfer trip was good too. Yeah.
Road Surfer, we've only rented once with them. The initial registration and everything, the commitment, everything seemed to be pretty similar. The one thing that really was a negative for us is that they insist that you drain all your water, of course gray water too, but even their fresh water before you return it, which is not a big deal. But then what makes it a big deal is when you go to pick up the vehicle, there is no water.
And we're out of water too.
Oh, we don't provide water.
You don't?
Oh no, the camper never, none of our campers come with water.
So we don't know if the water works once we get water?
Oh no, so the water, it would have gone through its PDI, quality control check. Yeah.
Fortunately, Indie Campers isn't like that. Indie Campers make sure the freshwater tank is full when you pick it up. So how can you tell if the water pump works? How can you tell if the hot water, is working or not, or if there's a leak or not? So, and then now you're faced with getting the vehicle, can't even wash your hands until you go find a water fill station, at a gas station or not. So I don't care for that.
And you're responsible for making sure everything works. Yeah. When picking up your rental, make sure everything works completely before you leave.
For both companies we use, it's you're responsible for making sure everything works when you pick it up. So they give you the keys, they advise you to go out, make sure you're aware of how everything works, but then also make sure everything does work, because when you bring it back and if it doesn't, then they're gonna charge you for it. So if you don't have water in the tank, how can you make sure it works? So it's kind of a silly rule, but they say that's their policy. It's even if you are aware of some camper vans, if you're not aware of that specific build and stuff like that, we definitely recommend having them show you everything. At Road Surfer, it didn't seem like they were showing anybody. So they didn't show us, and didn't look like they showed anybody else around. So it maybe looks like they're just saying, well, you should be watching your own video, and you should figure out everything before you pick it up and take off. So for propane, don't look at it thinking that, we're never going to cook, so we really don't need propane. Propane is used in these campers for hot water, and then also for the heater. And then it can also be used for the fridge, but most of the time, so just think of it, so if you want hot water to maybe take a shower, or to, wash your hands, and or more importantly, if you need heat, then you're gonna need propane.
Yeah. And also, they come with, we've been getting lately a little hand towel for the kitchen, but there are no bath towels. So if you are planning on taking a shower, you're going to need some kind of towel to bring with you, because it's not provided. And it's not even an option, I think.
I don't think so. Yeah. So, I mean, just stop at a dollar store or, just, find something. I mean, we like to have like a little
Floor
mat just to kind of wipe our feet a little bit before, getting in and out. It doesn't come with any of that. So just kind of think of the things that you would want to have, a flashlight, if you're going to go camping, especially if you're going to do some dry camping and stuff. It does come with toilet paper, but then also any kind of others, wipes and stuff like that. Think of all that stuff, because it's not a hotel room. It's going to be something that you're going to live, unless you're going to be going to campsites and plugging in everywhere, then you're probably going to find some of these other
amenities. So going back to the floor mat, we don't just go out and buy a floor mat. I think we did the first time because we happened upon a flea market and found a cheap one, but I usually buy a cheap, like, large size towel or some kind of table thing. And we were at the Euro store, so for €1.99 we had this cleaning rag that was quite large, and we just use that. And we haven't had that dirty of spaces like we've had in the past. It's been pretty dry.
Well, and then also too, the van was, like Robin said, brand new, so we didn't really have to clean up after somebody else, or didn't have accumulation of dirt.
It should be pretty clean when you get it, but we didn't want to. We don't like to get it dirty day one, so maybe we're at a grassy
and then
spot,
get all that
and then the rest of the time we're walking through that. But
things like hand soap and lotions and like that, same thing. Go to the dollar store, just hit a store before, grab a little bag of all this other stuff that you're going to need,
or bring it with you. They do supply cleaning soap for the dishes, so that's included, and a little sponge thing.
Toilet. So it does have a porta. It's a
cassette toilet.
It's a cassette toilet. In our van, we don't do number 2 in the cassette toilet.
Makes it easier to clean and
so
less
here,
smell.
It's the same thing, so these are, have a little cassette that you can take and you can go into a bathroom, and just dump everything out. But
so you can go in number 2 in here, and there's cleaning tablets.
There's tablets and like that help break it down, like that. But it just makes it more difficult. And so you have to turn these in the morning. And so trying to find somewhere where you can go ahead and dump and be able to if you have to, like, rinse out the inside of the cassette toilet, it's gonna just add pressure to you trying to drop it off and getting on your way. So we don't do number 2 in there, and then also we don't put toilet paper in there because it also makes it difficult to clean.
I just use a Ziploc baggie, and it just makes these easier
for any toilet paper. But we use Park for Night.
The app, great,
and it works really, really well. It's
that's a big tip for renting a van,
especially in Europe, right?
In Europe. I think it's in Europe. We had a quiet night here outside the walled town of Lucca.
Yeah, it worked out really well. There's probably like 6 or 7 other campers here.
I think there was a dozen I counted, because now there's still 8 or 9.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet, and more importantly, Robin, how much was it?
It was free.
Free, yes.
And we found this spot on Park for Night, the app that we use here in Europe.
And so in the U.S., we used to have this app that was really good, iOverlander. It's degraded.
And people used it here too. And I think some things are starting to show up on the U.S. and Park for Night, but it's a great app to use.
It's a great app because you can
do filters. That's how we found this place tonight.
So you can do filters to be able to find free spots. You can do filters to find if you want to hook up. So this camper here, this is the first camper van that we rented that actually has a solar panel. And so in the past, it's never been that. So the only way you can recharge the house battery is by running the engine, driving to your destination. Hopefully that'll top it off. Or if you're plugged in, then it'll charge up that house battery. But then it's nice to be able to have a solar panel. For Indie Camper, and I believe Road Surfer is also the same way. They have 2 different choices for insurance. One is just like a basic, where you are going to be liable for anything that happens to it, and then maybe your credit card will cover it. We haven't found a credit card will cover a camper van, so don't get fooled by that, or don't get misled or confused by that, because we have a ton of credit cards and none of them will cover a camper van.
So the basic insurance, the maximum out of pocket is higher than
like
the premium, and the deposit is higher.
The low price of the basic may look really attractive, thinking that, hey, well, nothing's really going to happen, or if it does happen, we'll take care of it. But there is a large difference between the two packages, because your out-of-pocket liability is going to be a whole lot higher than on the basic than it is on the premium. The premium, though, it was pretty low, and that's really all we're responsible for if anything, God forbid anything happens. Also, too, what happens is then they hold that much on your credit card. So be careful, or just be aware that if you are going to go with the basic, then make sure you have a credit card that's going to be have enough capacity to hold that charge and also use for the rest of your vacation or not. So we recommend just using one credit card just for that the hold, and then use another credit card for all your other travels, so you don't get to a point where maybe it's maxed out, or the bank is going to only allow you to pull so much, outside your home country. Going back to the prices and stuff like that, even with the premium insurance, tires, punctures are not included. If there's any damage to the undercarriage of the vehicle, or if there's any damage to the top of the vehicle. So think about that. The top of the vehicle, these are high vans. Most of them are high vans. You can actually get a low van. But if you go into a drive-through,
or even a parking lot, like right now, they have a swing thing that tells you the height.
Yeah, so they, or more importantly, any tunnels and stuff, or overcrosses, underpasses. You got to be really careful. There's they will have a sticker somewhere or a label somewhere that will then tell you what the height is. So you got to look at that and say, okay, well, if there's anything. So yesterday we didn't run into things. We passed by many things that were like 2.2 to 2.3 meters, and we're 2.9. So. And
then we went on an underpass that said 3.3 or 3.2, and I was like, wait, what are we? And we were 2.9.
Yeah, and so you just keep that in mind. So even if you think, okay, well, I'm going to be covered, and the most liability I may have with the premium is like, what did he say? It wasn't 50, right? It was probably, I think
500. Maybe.
Yeah.
We'll look it up.
Yeah, maybe 200 or 300. But yeah, you can obviously do thousands and thousands of dollars worth of damage on the roof of the van if you run into something. So
yeah. When making that deposit for your trip, you shouldn't use a debit card, because debit cards usually the holds last longer sometimes on your bank, and so like Rich says, you should use a different card for each one. And so we always use one credit card for our deposit, one credit card for the rest of our trip, so we can make sure we get gas and all that. So when you pick up your rental, whatever gas level it's at, you got to return it at that gas level.
A little bit different than rental cars, where it's always full, and then you have to return it full all the time. So you would think they would encourage that for this, but for whatever reason they don't. So this rental, the low fuel light was on. It was only on 1 bar of fuel left, and so we just have to be able to return it back with. We just have to be able to drive it in.
We were running on fumes. Yeah. Luckily, the gas station was pretty close. Other than that,
yeah, I mean, just think of. So they come with plates. So
plates?
Can you?
Oh, yeah. So with both companies, we've had 4 plates, 4 bowls, usually 4 mugs. I didn't see the mugs.
Silverware.
4 sets of silverware, some skillets, some
pots
cooking utensils.
We've heard of there's like third parties that will kind of sell reservations for Indie Camper. I would not recommend using anything like that. Indie Camper has a website. They actually have a 800 number. I think it is offshore service, but still, I would recommend, if you're going to do it, you should do it directly with the company you're going to get it from.
Yeah, we've been relocating campers for Indie Camper, and it's nothing that we have a connection with. It's there on their website, so anybody can do it. It's like the one we found it is for European deals, and they have one-way rentals that go from one location where they need to move vans from one location to another, and there's multiple destinations for that. So works really well for us. We met some friends on the train that were picking up their van at Indie Camper. They're doing the same thing, but ending up in Switzerland instead of Marseille, where we're ending up at. And they used a third-party company to book it. And when they got there, Indie Camper had no records of such. It took them probably about 2.5, 3 hours for Indie Camper to finally connect everything together from the third party to them. And by then we left, but it sounded like they were going to be okay. But don't take the hassle. I don't think you're saving anything.
Thanks for watching. If you have other tips, leave them in the comments below. If you have questions, put them in the comments.
The comments below, and we'll answer them.